Hello and welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to talk about advantages of using cloud computing. So if you Google advantages of using cloud computing, you will get n number of advantages listed there. But for our purpose, our course, we have taken 6 advantages of cloud computing as defined by Amazon Web Services. So the very first advantage is straight capital expense for variable expense. So suppose if we have to set up our own IT infrastructure, we have to set a capital aside for the IT expenses or setting up an IT infrastructure. So that's where the first advantage kicks in. So instead of having to invest heavily in data centers and servers before you even know how you are going to use them, use cloud, and you can pay only when you consume computing resources and pay only for how much you consume them. So we are paying in variable cost instead of paying a capital expense. We are paying in variable. So that is the very first advantage. Of using cloud computing. So the next advantage is benefits from massive economies of scale. So what does this means? This means that if you are growing your company, you have to grow your IT infrastructure as well. So that means you have to spend an extra cost for that. So that's where the second benefits kicks in. So by using cloud computing, you can achieve a lower variable cost than you can get on your own, because usage from hundreds of thousands of customers is aggregated in the cloud. Cloud providers such as AWS can achieve higher economies of scale, and which translates into lower pay-as-you-go pricing. So you can grow your infrastructure without even worrying of the extra cost. So you keep on growing, keep on scaling your infrastructure as the need arises, and you pay only for the amount of the services and only for the time you are using it. Now the next advantage is stop guessing about capacity. So if you have to open a new company, you have to guess the capacity first to set your own IT infrastructure. So with cloud, you don't have to guess the capacity because you can grow whenever required. So when you make a capacity decision prior to deploying an application, you often end up either sitting on expensive idle resources that you are not using or dealing with limited capacity because you have not guessed the capacity right. With cloud computing, these problems go away. You can access as much or as little capacity as you need and scale up and down as required with only a few minutes notice. So cloud computing eliminates the need of guessing on your infrastructure capacity. So you are free to open up your new startup without guessing about the capacity, because you know that the cloud computing is behind you to help you wherever you need more resources or if you have to cut down your resources. In both ways, cloud computing is going to help you out with the capacity. So you don't have to worry about that. Now let's look into the fourth advantage, that is increase speed and agility. So with cloud computing, you can get the resources with just few clicks. So in a cloud computing environment, new IT resources are only a click away. So which means that you reduce the time to make those resources available to your developers from weeks to just minutes. This results in a dramatic increase in agility for the organization, since the cost and time it takes to experiment and develop is significantly lower. So next time when your developer tells you that I have a new application to be tested and I need certain IT resources to test on, like servers, databases, so you don't have to tell them, okay, give me a week's time, because now you can directly tell them, okay, give me just few minutes, I'll get your resources ready so that you can test your application right there. So the next advantage is stop spending money running and maintaining data centers. So when you have cloud computing, why you want to spend money running and maintaining your own data centers? You can just focus on your business and your customers. So cloud computing lets you focus on your own customers, businesses, rather than focusing and spending money running and maintaining the data centers. So as a result, you focus on projects that benefits your business. So the next and the last advantage as defined by the Amazon Web Service is go global in minutes. So what this means that, let's say you have set up your company in one part of the world, and as your user base grows, you want to set up a new data center in another part of the world. So you can imagine that setting up a new infrastructure in the other part of the world, how much it's going to cost you. So with cloud computing, you can do that with just few clicks, sitting in the comfort of your AC room. So you can go global in minutes, easily deploy your application in multiple regions around the world with just few clicks. This means you can provide lower latency and a better experience for your customers at minimal cost. So you can go global in minutes with just few clicks in the cloud console, and you are all set to boom your customers throughout the world. So that's it for this lecture, guys. We have discussed the advantages of cloud computing. So in the next lecture, we are going to look into the types of cloud computing. So hope to see you there, and thank you for watching.